Ayan, good afternoon, Malayans, and welcome to today's Foundation Week's webinar entitled Salute to Learner-Centered OBE with a theme Malayan at 16, all hands on deck. I am Arne Zurita, a third-year BA Communications student.
Hi, and I am Angel Rose Comecilla, also a third year BA Communication student, and we will be your hosts this afternoon.
Ayan, good afternoon sa'yo, Angel.
Good afternoon, Arnie. You know what? I'm very excited for today's webinar because we have invited some of our
Mhm.
alumni, and this is our chance to get to know them and to get their insights on how MCL helped them attain the success they currently have.
Ay, alam mo na nakita ko ang ating lineup ngayon at grabe ang tataas ng kanilang credentials and hopefully
That's
madaming
right.
matutunan ang ating mga viewers for this afternoon. Ngayon, ang dami talagang activities for this foundation week and this
Right.
is one of many events that we are holding this foundation week.
That's correct. At you know what? My favorite siguro this week would be the talent
Ay,
competition ng
oo.
ating mga na-showcase kasi ng mga students natin yung mga talents nila. Tapos excited ako doon.
Oo, ang daming magaling kumanta, magaling
Sumayaw.
sumayaw. Grabe, ay kita talaga talented talaga ng ating mga mages and wizards.
I totally agree. Well, you know what? I would like to present our guest speakers today kasi bigatin yung mga in-invite natin for today's webinar.
Oo.
Right? So to begin
Oo.
with, we have Mr. Lawrence Angelo Macawile. Now, Mr. Macawile was part of College of Computer and Information Science, and he took
Mm.
BS Information Systems, and he graduated in year 2019. Now, he's currently employed at Prosperna Incorporated, and you know what? He's working as a project manager. So,
Wow.
nakakabilib. He monitors, plans, and checks the status of a development team. And you know what? During his college days, he was also part of CCIS Student Council, and he was also part of Junior Analytics Society. That's in year 2018 to 2019 as a PRO. So
Mm.
very engaged talaga ito si Mr. Macawile sa academics wise and also in extracurricular activities.
Ah,
Well, let's hear it from Mr. Lawrence Angelo Macawile.
Good day, Malayans. I hope everyone is doing well and good in this time of pandemic. And I hope we are doing our best to stay healthy and not to contract any sickness at this moment. Again, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Lorenz Angelo Macawile. I'm an information system graduate, batch of 2019. Before I start, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our alma mater for inviting me and also congratulating them or congratulating you for celebrating your 16th year as a university or a college here in the Philippines. It's always a pleasure to give back to our alma mater in small ways, especially this sharing and talking to the students of MCL. Also, big shoutouts to the CCI Student Council for contacting me. Wala na ata silang ibang choice kaya ako na lang yung message nila or maybe kilala ko lang talaga yung CCI Student Council ngayon kaya ako na lang yung message nila. Pero anyway, joke lang, no? Joke lang. Anyway, I would also like to thank the CCIS faculty for all the learnings, experiences, and opportunity that they have offered for me when I was a student. Just to give a brief background, di naman talaga ako homegrown Malayan student, no? Meaning, I was a transferee from another school. I transferred here in MCL for a number of reasons. Number one, because ang hirap bumiyahe from Laguna to Manila. Number two, yung learnings hindi na nai-instill sa akin because of the tiredness of traveling back and forth. And also, medyo nagkaroon akong problema nung studies ko back then. Kaya, I decided to transfer. So, and when I transferred, I had to repeat to as a second year student. Since nung ni-review namin yung subjects from TUP and MCL, hindi siya ganun ka-aligned. So, I had to, step back to take one step back into my studies. To be honest, hindi naman madaling maging transferee, no? Because in a way, I'm starting from scratch. Yes, I do have friends here, mga high school friends ko dito. I have some high school friends na dito sa MCL nag-aaral, pero syempre ibang college naman sila. We had to take different courses, so medyo mahirap pa rin siya. So I had to get along with the new system, because trisem, we all know na trisem sa Malayan, then sa iba naman bisem lang or two sems lang in one school year. I also had to get along with new profs, new friends, and also to the new environment of MCL. So, siguro it took me around 1 to 2 sems bago ako naka-adapt talaga sa lahat. And also back then, medyo na-stereotype ko pa yung MCL because sister school nga siya ng Mapua. So, we all know, matik, mahirap talaga. Or hindi talaga siya ganun kadali. And from there, alam ko na agad na it would not be an easy ride. Uh, Maliban sa yung program ko, hindi naman talaga siya ganun kadali, or even any other programs, I know it would not that easy. So just to share it with you, it transcribed dun sa studies ko, or it affected my studies yung pagiging transfer ko because may baksak ako agad nung first sem ko here in Malaya. Pero definitely I overcome it as years go by. Hindi naman na siya naulit in a way. So, also being part of CCIS is not that easy. Well, to think, wala naman talagang madaling college or department here in Malayan because we all have our challenges and hardships. May added pressure lang with the CCIS because of the population, especially our program. So, hindi talaga pwedeng bumaksak na since we will have to wait dun sa mga first batch of graduates ng senior high. So, mahihirapan na kami or lalo pa kaming madedelay if we would fail. I remember when I entered here in Malayan, the number of IS students, it was around 10 to 11 lang ata. Kasama na ako dun. So, alam or kita mo na agad na you don't have any room for failure. Then as years go by, paunti na lang kami ng paunti, parang or as terms goes by, parang paunti na lang din kami ng paunti. Like first sem ko yun nga 10 to 11, then the following sem parang 9 na lang, following sem 7, tas 5 up until nung 2 to 1 year ata, parang last 2 years parang 3 na lang kami. So imagine sobrang hirap din nun na 3 lang kayo in a room, 4 including the professor sa isang course or isang subject. Mahirap talaga yon. Medyo nakakasawa in a way pero nasanay na lang kami. So kumbaga wala kaming no choice into selecting any teammates in activities or even with our thesis back then. Wala kaming no choice kundi kaming 3 lang. Pero yeah, we overcome it. So graduate naman kami, na lagpasan naman namin yung hardships na yun, and we're proud of it kasi di talaga madali na 3 lang kayo sa isang course in general. Transferring here in MCL, I would consider it as one of my greatest decision because of the education system. Sobrang laking tulong nung OBE as main factor of learning because in a way, it gave me the first-hand experience of being a professional. Kasi naman, we all know in the real life or in the real world, in the professional world, corporate world, kung ano man ang gusto nyo itawag doon, hindi pwede yung basta papasok ka lang, papakita ka lang sa prof or papakita ka lang sa boss mo, sa teammates mo, then okay na, wala na. Tatambay ka na lang or whatsoever. But at the end of the day, you really need to give outputs to your company, to your boss, to your teammates, to your leader, because you're part of that, and the achievement of that company is also your achievement. So kumbaga, align kayo in all aspect dapat na you have this goal and you want to achieve that. So it's parang it's a proud moment for you if you achieve that and you're part of that achievement. So very grateful ako with the OBE because it basically gave me an edge to others because of OBE is not being practiced naman sa lahat ng schools here in the Philippines. So it gave me an edge na alam kong I really need to give outputs to the bosses. And also, it gave me an edge nung nag-apply ako because it's one of the main factor na lagi kong sinasabi in applying job na we are practicing OBE, I know how to give outputs, etc. and etc. So, yun, sobrang laking factor ng OBE sa akin and it helped me a lot to achieve yung position that I have right now in my company. So overall, MCL taught me to take life one step at a time since yun nga I really need to make sure na hindi na ako babaksak in every term na I would not fail again and syempre the goal of that is to graduate as soon as I can or as fast as I can because of nag-repeat na ako ng second year ko. And also, MCL taught me to really celebrate small achievements in life. Example nun, yung ma-all blue mo lang yung isang ma-all blue mo lang yung isang term, masaya ka na or masaya na ako noon. I remember parang bago mag-holiday season or mag-holiday break, Christmas break, talagang I need to parang stretch myself parang up until the last day nung term na yun, nandun ako sa school. Nasa school ako just to, pass all of my subject or to accomplish everything. So, nung pag-uwi ko, I checked the grade. So, yun, all blue. So, I had to scream myself out or out of nung sa bahay and everyone was parang shocked. Ba't ako sumisigaw? Parang sinisigaw pa noon, yes, all blue ako, all blue ako. Parang, diba, it's a way for me to be thankful and at the same time proud of myself. And also, kayo din, I know, masaya kayo kapag nakaka-all blue kayo and proud kayo sa sarili nyo because you can move forward with the curriculum or you can move forward with your studies. To the students, my message to you is don't fast forward life. Cherish every moment of being a student kasi when you graduate, iba na rin siya. It's a different experience, it's a different situation, and definitely it's a different moment for you to cherish. I know medyo mahirap lang because of the pandemic that we are in. Alam ko pare-pares tayong nawawalan ng drive, nawawalan tayo ng motivation in a way, but it shall pass. It shall pass. It shall pass. We just need to find way to express ourselves. Maybe that would be into music, that would be into drawing, art, kung ano man, baking. Marami sa ating natutong mag-bake. Dalgona coffee, pwede din kung gusto nyo ulit gumawa, di ba? So definitely we can find ways into expressing ourselves with our frustration, our disappointments, and also whatever that we are, battling within ourselves. I know some of you wasn't able to really go around and experience MCL physically because of the pandemic. We all know that we are online now. Kahit ako, yung work ko, work from home. So, medyo different, different experience siya. Mas sanay tayo with face to face because we can really share moments with our friends. Pwede tayong lumabas. Pwede tayong mag-express sa labas. We can go as long as we want, diba? Or we can go out as long as we want. So now, medyo mahirap siya. But definitely be proud of yourself that you are part of this institution. Alam naman natin na MCL is one of the best school here in South. So, be proud of you na part kayo nito. And alam ko you would not think of that way. Either me, when I was a student, sabi ko sa sarili ko, baka hindi na ako babalik ng MCL because ang hirap or hindi maganda yung naging experience ko and all of that. Pero definitely, nung graduate ako, nag-iba yung feeling. I know that when you graduate, you'll miss the feeling of being part of MCL or just being a student in general. Kasi wala ka masyadong iniisip. Isipin mo lang kung papasa ka ba or hindi. Or kailangan mo lang mag-review para pumasa. Something like that. In the real world, hindi. I think it's a different topic, pero definitely it's a different experience from being a student and also for being a professional. So be proud and be thankful of the things that you have, and uh, be proud na nandito kayo sa MCL and you are experiencing that kind of hardship and challenges, kasi it will give you an edge and will also give you the tapang, yung the strength that you need to the corporate world or to the professional world. Again, thank you for having me here. Thank you for inviting me. I hope I was able to share, and at the same time, I hope you learned something from me as well. To MCL, I would like to greet all of you a happy 16th year. More power and more wonderful years ahead. We've come along. That's already 16 years, but definitely that's not only the goal. Alam natin na MCL will be here as long as they can, to help students to achieve goals and to achieve dreams in life. Uh, to the students and to all the audience, always remember to keep safe and have a healthy life. God bless and thank you.
Okay. Wow, that was a nice sharing coming from our
Mm-mm.
guest speaker. Nag-agree din ako doon, Arnie, actually, kasi I stopped
Mm.
for quite some time. Tapos, binalikan ko pa rin talaga yung MCL kasi yung mga tao dito, very approachable. Lahat ng kailangan mong tulong, yung mga tao hindi hesitant na tumulong. Right? Have you
Mm-mm.
experienced the same thing at some point?
Ay, oo. So far, lahat ng mga prof ko napaka-approachable, easy to talk to. When you have problems in your studies, you can it's easy to approach them whenever you need help. So honestly, I agree with what Mr. Macawile said, and what same naman yata tayo ng experience
Right.
in MCL. And goods din yung mga sinabi ng ating first speaker, kasi siguro madami tayo ngayong mga mga transferees from other schools,
Right.
and relatable talaga ang kanya experience, knowing that he just recently graduated, and the struggles with the thesis and with
Right.
being able to interact with your classmates pa lang, it's a struggle talaga, di ba?
Lalo ngayon, right? Because we're doing online classes, wala pa naman tayong face-to-face. So, mahirap talaga yung pakikipag-socialize. But so far, I think our students, even us, we're able to manage.
Ah. Well, of course, we will keep the ball rolling with our second speaker na nga, Now, for our second speaker nga naman is from the Cement Department, also known as the College of Maritime Education and Training. Now, he graduated from a BS Marine Engineering on the year 2013 when Malayan started. Ay, grabe. So, he's like one of the pioneers, di ba? Now
Oo.
he current now his job he current he currently works as an instructor and a faculty member of the CMET department in the MCL. Now guys, feeling ko may mga estudyante dyan. Hi sir. Mag-hi naman kayo kay sir. And yes, now during his time in MCL, he was the vice president of the CMET Student Council back in 2008 and 2010. Now, he is after that, he became the president of the student council on the next school year of 2010 to 2011. He is a board member of the Malayan Colleges Laguna Alumni Association back in 2015. Napaka-stacked ng kanyang mga credentials nga So, yun na nga, without further ado, this our second speaker is second engineer Louie Andrew Tid Tividad. Tividad, sorry. Tividad, it's a V. Once again, sorry. Second engineer Louie Andrew Tividad. Hello po.
Good day, everybody. I am Engineer Louie Andrew Tividad, a graduate of Malayan Colleges Laguna. under the College of Maritime Education and Training, and I am a marine engineer. I'm working with Finlines PLC as a second engineer, but currently I'm on vacation, so I grabbed the opportunity to be part of MCL as part-time instructor for marine engineering students. So, how did I start my seafaring career? I started my career back 2008 when I first entered MCL as a first-year marine engineering cadet. And I can proudly say that I am part of the first batch of maritime students in MCL. I got to MCL through a scholarship grant from my previous employer, Wallenius Marine AP. At first, I really didn't want to become a seafarer. O kumbaga nga ayoko mag-OFW. But because of the promising salary that can help my family financially, I grabbed the opportunity. I just started to like my seafaring career after my first onboard training or yung OJT kung tawagin. And I was only 18 that time when I got on my first ship. Back at MCL, I was not a top-notch student that some of you might think of because I have a scholarship grant. But I'm just your average type of student. There were times that I had failed courses and got my scholarship grant suspended. But I bounced back and graduated, then took my licensure exam and passed it. Right there, I realized that even though you have many mistakes and failures in life, if you focus yourself on your goals, you will definitely succeed. But after graduating and getting a stable job, I thought I will be stuck as the lowest ship engineer because of my anxiety and fear of bigger responsibilities. But to get through this, I worked myself up by gaining more work experience until I got that self-confidence I needed to take more and bigger responsibilities. And here I am now, a management level marine engineer, and soon a chief engineer, which is the head of the engine department of a ship. As for my teaching career, I first taught at MCL back 2014. It was very sudden, for I was just contacted by my colleague to replace him on one of his courses he was handling that time. At that point, I really don't know what to do or how to teach students. But still, I grabbed the opportunity. But as years goes by, and with the help of some trainings, I learned how to deliver to the students the knowledge and information they need. It is just like my former professor always tells us. Learning is a never-ending process. Who would have thought that I would be on the academic industry, teaching and sharing? But I learned this from our former dean. The best way to retain one's knowledge is by sharing it. And lastly, if you are in doubt of yourself, just remember these lines from the Malayan hymn. Do your very best with excellence and virtue. Stand to the test and to the limits we push on. And that is all for me, and hope to see you future marine engineers. Thank you.
All
Ayan,
right.
thank you so much to our second engineer, Louie Tividad, for your, as you can say, advice to our, students on what, your experiences nga, di ba, as being a student here in MCL. I like the fact na he ano
Mhm.
ba, he encouraged our students to kahit medyo dark ang iyong direction in the future, just keep on going. Surely kakayanin natin to, stay strong, and we will get to our destination sooner or later, di ba?
That's correct. At saka kung iisipin mo naman, marami pa ring students yung undecided, right? Up until now, ano yung
Mm-mm.
career path na tatahakin nila. So I think this is a really good speech coming from Engineer Louie. Kasi ma-encourage not only the students from his college, but also all students of Malayan. Okay, and because of that, we are now going to introduce the third speaker for today. Our third speaker is Miss Arielle Isabel Sacriz. She's from the college or ETU Chenko College of Business. And when she was a student, she took accounting technology and graduated fresh na fresh just last year,
Oy.
2021. Right.
Mhm.
And currently she's a part or she's employed at SGV and Company or Ernst and Young. And right now she's working as an FAAS or Financial Accounting and Advisory Services Associate. Now, according
Wow.
to her, she's assisting clients to address the accounting and financial reporting challenges faced by their business. So medyo tricky yung kanyang job role, pero
Mm-mm.
part of the team. She's part of the team that works with businesses and finance to address the risks of accounting, financial reporting, and regulatory issues. And their team serve as trusted advisors, both practical and innovative, to help the clients navigate through accounting and financial reporting challenges driven by the changing economic and regulatory environment. So, masyado nga siyang mahirap na trabaho kung hindi ka ready. Tama? So, I
Mm-mm.
think
Truly.
our speaker managed to go through that and stand out. Not only that, Arnie, she
Mhm.
also was part of the JPIA and the Supreme Student Council during her college days. So very motivating sa ating mga students kasi kaya mong i-balance both, right? So academics
Oo.
and also extracurricular. And she's also certified for the following. Medyo marami-rami ito. We have member of the Institute of Certified Bookkeepers. She is also a registered cost accountant, certified accounting technician, and also part of member of the Association of Accounting Technicians. Well, again, I'd like to introduce and hear it from Miss Arielle Isabel Sacriz.
First of all, I would just like to thank the MCL Supreme Student Council for inviting me. I am really hoping that I could share something inspiring and helpful for the students. As I reviewed the questions that was sent to me, I realized that all of them has a common denominator, which is how the challenges I encountered in MCL helped me become the person I am today. So, without any further ado, I will share my experience in MCL. When I first started in college, I had been devoted to a single belief. I wasn't open to a lot of matters, and politically and socially, I was clueless. I didn't know that there were lots of pressing issues outside of my comfort zone. So, for me, at the time, I was just staying at home and living comfortably. Having been at MCL, where the community is colorfully diverse, gave me an opportunity to mix with different people from vastly different backgrounds. And after getting to know them and listening to them, I discovered balance in my social life and became an ambivert. There were times that I need space for myself, and there were also times that I'd reach out to other people because they're interesting. There are also projects, organizations, and even courses at MCL that will open students' eyes to certain integral realities of life. MCL didn't just mold me academically, they made sure that I'll be prepared for these realities once I'm out in the real world. Sure, it was painstakingly difficult for me because I was just an average student, but I still got past all these difficulties and achieved what I needed and wanted to achieve, all because I set my mind to it and focused on these goals. And what I'm really grateful for the most are the people I got to know, classmates, friends, instructors, professors, and the opportunity that had been given to me by the student body to lead and become the bridge between them and the school administration, and absolutely valuable out of the classroom experience that I will always cherish. My advice to the student is whoever you are and whatever your situation may be, always remain true to yourself and to other people. Never lose sight of what you really want in life. Despite life possibly getting in the way of what you want. In all these things, always choose to be patient and kind, because you are the only person that will reap the seed you planted. And if you plant the right seeds, everything will just fall into the right place at the right time. Thank you very much and happy Foundation Week.
Wow, that's very, very nice. Okay. All
First
right.
of all,
Okay, so that was a good speech coming from our speaker three, Miss Arielle Isabel. I actually
Mm-mm.
liked her. I liked that she also shared her appreciation towards the school itself at saka dun sa mga tao. Just like what I shared earlier, magiging grateful ka
Mm-mm.
talaga dun sa mga tao sa paligid mo. Even though we're doing online classes right now, mararamdaman mo pa rin na welcoming talaga yung mga tao dito sa MCL.
True. And I like how actually yung mga advices ng mga speakers natin so far, nagko-connect talaga siya
Right.
from not from I guess in a way starting from Miss Ariel is we can get from her is continue lang. As long as you know what you want in life, as long as maybe your essence kumbaga on your purpose siguro
That,
tuloy-tuloy lang even a little speck of inspiration will go a long way. And I agree with that. And of course, with the people around you will always be there to support you and help in whenever. Napaka-friendly talaga ng ating mga faculty members within NCL. If you guys have ever met them in person, sana ma-meet nyo sila in person in the future. Pero yes, they are very friendly, very, very helpful. If you guys need any help, they're always there to
right.
to be there for you guys. Now, of
That's
course,
correct.
so with that, should we go for our fourth speaker na?
Yes,
I guess.
actually,
Mm,
with Miss Ariel today, she's unable to join. Later, to our live audience, we will have a panel discussion. So we will have our speakers today with us. We will entertain some questions. So feel free to send your questions through the comment box or comment section para mabigay natin yon sa ating mga speakers. However, for Miss Ariel, wala siya today, but that
mm.
video itself, sobrang helpful na siya para sa ating mga viewers.
Yes, I agree. Now with that, let's now go for our fourth speaker na si Engineer Jude Rosales. Now, si Engineer Jude Rosales is from the MITL department, also known as the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna. Now, she graduated back in 2017 with cum laude award from the program of civil engineering. Now, her work experiences is very plentiful. Ang haba ng ating kanyang credentials. Pero she was a former structural engineer at both JGC Philippines at PA Properties. So both she was a structural engineer on both companies. Now, she used to be a review instructor of various engineering review centers and educational institutes. I think ongoing pa rin siya. And currently, she is taking her master's in civil engineering, major in structural engineering at Mapua University. Now, during her time in MCL, she used to be a former PICE MCL chapter. She used to be part of the PICE MCL chapter, the external public relations of. Oh, okay, nalito ako. In the PICE MCL chapter, she used to be the external public relations officer, quizzer, and coach of various civil engineering quiz shows, a former civil engineering student representative for community engagements through the CSCE, and many much more. Now, her certifications is that she was eighth placer of
Wow,
on May 2018 on the civil engineer licensure exam. Grabe, eighth place.
grabe naman yan.
She was a finalist on the MCL Research Colloquium for
Mm-hmm.
Ad Excellentiam Award back in 2017, and she was a nominee for the Jose Rizal Award for Excellence and Virtue in Community Service. Grabe, ang
Grabe
dami
naman.
talaga. Ayan. I'm excited to hear what she has to say to our students. Without further ado, I would love to introduce our fourth speaker, Engineer Jude Rosales. Ay, sorry.
Um, Good day everyone. Ako nga pala si Jude Rosales. So, Kuya Jude sa mga iba nakakakilala sa akin sa MCL, and I am a civil engineer and an alumnus of Malayan Colleges Laguna from the 2017 MITL Foxtrot batch. So, first of all, I really wanted to thank the MCL Supreme Student Council for inviting me to be one of the guest speaker here in the in on this year's Foundation Week. So actually, it's really an honor to be included to this batch of guest speakers, and very excited ako na mag-share sa inyo regarding my MCL journey. Okay? And my MCL journey from the start and until present naman. So, basically, tulad ng ibang mga students, I have my own highs and lows during my entire stay. So, actually, kahit after pa nga ng stay ko, I was still closely in touch with MCL since number one, nag-volunteer ako as a coach para do sa mga civil engineering friends ko na may competitions. And then number two, two of my review centers na nag-render ako ng service was a former in-house review center sa civil engineering. So, sa journey ko, so I started my journey na normal lang. So, tropa ang buong section, madalas late pumasok, procrastinator ako. So, I was then an academic scholar nung pumasok ako sa MCL, but syempre, for my case, no, not all semester is a very good sem for me. So, one of the challenges that I faced during that time was when nawala ako sa scholarship, because yun nga, naging carefree, so na-underestimate ko yung mga subject ko back then to the point na bumalik sa akin lahat na hindi na pala enough yung effort ko to maintain the scholarship. So, and aside from that, no, fully aware naman ako na hindi ganun kami ka-financially ready kapag wala na akong pampaaral. So, yun nga, financially, my family was challenged, no? But all in all, nakaraos naman kami. So, masasabi ko na I am not the role model type of a student. So, because I believe I was very inconsistent. So, but eventually, when the time came that you really wanted to sort things out, especially on your studies and plans, so napapaisip ka na lang. So, kung yung ano yung mga dapat mong i-prioritize. So, inalam ko kung ano yung mga gusto ko at yung mga dapat yung gawin. So, it was on my third year, 2015, I think, when I realized that I am on the right program in MCL. So, I think that is the very first step, no? So, to recognize what you want in order for you to realize that you are on the right program. So, kasi 'di ba, aminin naman natin na sa unang pag-aapak natin sa MCL as a freshman, hindi natin kaagad nai-imagine or naiisip yung kahihinat na natin kapag graduate natin. So here, no, what I want to point out is that we must respect our own timeline, no. So to be able to master on how you'll respect yourself along the way. So that is one of the most important keys that I want to emphasize, no, to respect your own timeline. So number one. So ako, I really enjoyed engineering kasi hindi naman umikot yung college years ko sa civil engineering friends lang eh. So I was able to be friends with the other program. So I enjoyed it in a sense na between the struggles of a normal engineering student, I was able to balance it, no? To balance my college life without compromising yung enjoyment ko with my friends. So importante sa akin yung student life balance. So, there are some instances na syempre I share and syempre I copy homeworks, no, nangongopya, so go road trips kahit dyan lang sa may banda-banda, Paseo, Nuvali, Tagaytay. So, I also play sports like frisbee. So, basta just to enjoy and make some academic free activities. So, also, I have my fair share of sleepless nights. So, due to deadlines and exams. So, I have my fair contribution to the eye bags for the throwing plates, reports, thesis, and many more na I think very common experience sa mga college students. So, ako kasi rest assured na meron akong laging bawi sa puyat. Yan. So, dun sa sinabi ko, no, gusto ko lang din i-emphasize yung you must give yourself your own breathing space, no. Kailangan mong huminga. So, and my personal choice for that is I chose to make the most out of it with my friends. So, mahalaga sa akin yung mga nakasama ko sa college years ko. So, isa pa, so I also give my utmost value to my personal advocacy, which is yung pag-share, no. I wholeheartedly share. So, dito kasi malaking bagay para sa akin yung nakakapagbigay ako ng oras para sa mga taong importante sa akin. So, dun sa mga kaibigan ko, dun sa mga students na ang tingin sa akin ay kuya, yan, yung sa mga lower year, then dun sa mga kaibigan ng kaibigan ko. So, itong oras na to, dun ako nakakapag-share. So, kaysa naman, kung kahit academically wise, and syempre, meron din namang mga bagay na papasok na mga pampersonal na mga bagay. So, maybe, I think that is one of the reason why I am very inclined to teaching. So, ganun pala yun, no? Kapag wholeheartedly mong binibigay, is mas nag-e-enjoy ka. So, isa yun sa mga advocacy ko. At naging ugali ko na rin nung ako'y college, no? So, gusto ko din i-highlight, no? So, how importantly it is to acknowledge the different people that you get in touch or acquainted with. So, I met different people kasi, di ba, syempre, hindi naman forever na kayo ang magkaklase. So, eventually, magpa-part ways kayo para dun sa mga major topics na. So, and then, I met different profs. So, sa mga profs naman, dito ko na-realize kung gaano ka-importante yung mga paulit-ulit nilang sinasabi. So, mas tumatatak siya kapag ka-graduate ka na. So, kasi bigla mo na lang maaalala yung parang bigla mo na maaalala lahat ng sinasabi nila kapag ka-graduate ka na. So, dito, I want to emphasize again that every person has their own fair share of wisdom to our journey. So, I think let's practice being thankful. No. So, dun sa mga nasabi ko, I think I have given 4 major points. So, 4 major emphasis, no. So, number 1, so respect your own timeline. So, number 2, give yourself your own breathing space. Number 3 is to share wholeheartedly. And number 4 is to be thankful. Ayan. Then, so, for MCL naman, so, yung MCL, it really shaped me, no? So, to dream, to stretch myself to what I can and possibly do, to aim for things that are very difficult to achieve. So, I was given also leadership opportunities. I carried its name on some competition na kahit lagi akong olats, ganon. Pero sobrang ini-enjoy ko naman. Kumbaga, charge to experience naman lagi ang aking ganap, ganyan. So, and also from the MCL's core values, which is we all know na excellence and virtue. For me, excellence and virtue not only pertains to its graduates' current status on their career, no? So, yung mga na-achieve, no? It is more on, for me, no? It is more on how they practice their profession with utmost quality and standard. So, MCL taught me to, kumbaga tinuruan niya ako to set my standard of quality. So, I aimed high in order to reach my dreams, no, yung mga gusto ko. Then I asked my mentors so for their guidance and I persevere. So not just only for myself, but syempre gusto ko rin maging good example para dun sa iba. So sa MCL journey ko, I received some recognition, I got awards, medals, but given that I received those things, I think the most rewarding thing at the end of the day is that nothing changed about myself. No, hindi ako nagbago. So in a way that I learned so much values that I am very passionate, and I wanted it to share to others, parang ganon. And also, yung mga achievements kasi parang momentary glory lang yan. So panandalian lang. So it can be pleasing to the eye kapag nakita nila yung credentials mo, lalo na kapag nag-apply ka ng work. So but the best thing I think is the best thing that you can do in your career is for you to enjoy it, no? So and carry those values that you learn from your experiences. So ayan. Sa case naman ng mga batch ngayon, so despite of the current situation na syempre pumasok kayo sa pandemic season, so lahat kayo eventually, just like me, you will have your own unique story to tell. So regarding your journey. So you have your pandemic college journey. So which is hindi namin alam, which is sobrang curious kami. So hindi naman kailangan na kung ano yung na-experience namin is ma-experience nyo because you have your own story. So, ito yung huli kong gustong i-share that sana ma-touch kayo, no? So, na despite all your struggles in your college years or your college journey, as long as you have faith on yourself and on Him, so I firmly believe that you will overcome those struggles. Okay? So, ayun lang. So, thank you sa inyong lahat and keep safe, and sana meron ako na-impart na knowledge sa inyo. Ayun. So, be safe and good luck. Thank you.
Yan.
Ayan, ang dami,
Ganda naman
ang
ng
dami.
message na.
Yes. Pero first of all, gusto ko lang muna mag-apologize kay Engineer Rosales na I used female pronouns. I apologize po, sir. Pero habang nakikinig ako sa mga sa speech ni sir, nakakatulong talaga in a way na nga no. Iba-iba tayo ng timeline, wag tayong mag-compare sa iba, be thankful of the things you receive, and I kind of relate kay sir kasi dung time when there was face to face, medyo gala din ako, medyo
Ayan.
I spent time with my classmates and stuff. So yeah, pero of course good thing lang talaga doon talaga yung word na balance with your your having fun and of course studies, which is always very important nga lalo sa panahon ngayon.
Tama. I totally agree, Arne, kasi na-realize ko din kasi when I was a student, I'm just really into ACADS. Hindi ako masyadong nakikipag-socialize. Tapos syempre nung tumanda na ako, na-realize ko na dapat pala nakipag-socialize ako, dapat nagkaroon ako ng maraming friends. And just like what you did, yung gumagala. So maganda kasi siya na experience habang bata ka, di ba? So nakakatuwa yung message ng ni engineer for all of the students and our viewers. Without any or further ado, I also want to introduce our last speaker for today, that is Miss Alyanna Tagamolila. She's actually from our college too, so College of Arts and Science, and she took BA Communication major in Political Communication, and fresh, kaka-graduate niya lang last year. Now she's currently working with two employers. First is with Grant Me Education Consultancy. She is an essay editor that edits essays and scholarship applications of students who need scholarship and admission support. Wow, nakakatuwa naman to. And she also is she writes toolkits, guides, and partake in other projects and focus on helping students with their student journey. Nakakatuwa kasi yung very consistent si Miss Ali sa kanyang passion, not only through helping the students, nung student din siya, pati nung nagka-work na siya. And the other one here is with Romero Business Management Consultancy. She writes articles and manage content for the company's website. This is to educate, spread information, and increase engagement. Now, during her college days, Arnie, she was part of Sinaglaya.com, and she
Mhm.
was formerly a deputy director from 2018 to 2019, and then she became the executive director by 2019 to 2020. And not only that, there's more. So she also graduated as magna cum laude with this program BA Communications. So 'di ba? Wow na wow ang kanyang mga achievements nung siya
Napabigatin.
oo, nakakatuwa. Although we don't really have her today kasi sobrang busy ng ating mga speakers today. But
Yes.
this is, we prepared a video, or she prepared a video for all of us. So let's watch it.
Hi guys. First of all, I would just like to say thank you to the SSC for inviting me for this talk. And I'm here today to talk about what I went through in MCL, how I overcame it, and the lessons I learned. So first and foremost, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Alyanna Tagamolila. I graduated from the BA Communication program last 2021 as a magna cum laude, and I was part of Sinaglaya.com and the Supreme Student Council. So first and foremost, I think that uh, the challenges that I faced in MCL that were the hardest for me can be classified into two. One is that as a student at MCL, we're expected to balance everything. So we're not just expected to excel academically, we're expected to have an active campus life, to participate in organization events, to participate and have volunteer activities, to join competitions if possible. And as a student, it kind of overloads sometimes as you have to perform satisfactorily and even exceed in all of this altogether. And then another one is me as a student leader. What I found hardest was having to forward and reach a compromise because as a student leader, you have to listen to the concerns of your students, of the concerns of the student body, your constituents, and bring it forward to the admin. So having to reach a compromise with the admin, finding common ground in a way that benefits the student body as well as benefits the admin was kind of a hard place to reach as a student leader while governing and while helping them throughout the transition to online classes. So how I overcame it was basically for the academics and having to balance everything, finding a group of friends and program mates. I was lucky enough to find program mates who were as enthusiastic with me in joining org events, volunteer events, and handling programs and stuff like that, while also not compromising the quality of our academic work. So we put in the time when needed and in just having each other as we studied, as we did all those late nights and everything. It was such a big help. And as for the challenge I faced with being a student leader, the one thing that I said to myself to be able to overcome it is that you as a student leader, I as a student leader, should remember that my duty is first and foremost to the constituents, to the student body. So I should first and foremost have their best interests at heart, and it is what I should forward and what I should fight for in making sure that their voices are heard, in making sure that the administration and the MCL, which they do, gives us a platform. And I am thankful that I was able, uh, that the MCL was able to give us that platform to listen to us when needed. And then, in terms of how MCL helped me reach my dreams, I think that it's because they were able to help me mold me into becoming a professional. I am very grateful for the holistic education that they were able to give to me. So I was not just learning inside the classroom, I was learning through events, I was learning through organization work, I was learning through so many experiences that wasn't in just the four corners of the room. I was learning not just with my professors, but other student leaders who served as my mentors, the advisors of the organizations, people who led faculty and staff who led the events. It was all very humbling for me to be able to experience that and to learn from everyone in MCL. It gave me such a holistic foundation, and I am grateful for those opportunities because MCL provides their students opportunities even as we are just students. So it moves us to become professional, and it honestly helped me be more prepared when I came to the outside world, when I had to deal with work and I had to deal with prioritizing and socializing with other teams, other members of our company, and stuff like that. So yeah, and then I guess last would probably be me imparting the biggest life lessons I learned when I was in MCL. Mm, I would say that the biggest life lesson I learned in MCL would be that support systems are everything. I admit I really did have a busy life while in MCL. I was simultaneously the vice president for internal affairs of the Supreme Student Council while also being the president of our program's academic organization, which is sinaglaya.com. And I would not have been able to do that and still be on top of my academic responsibilities and still have good grades without a support system. So support system are everything, guys. I would recommend that early on here in MCL, you find the people that you know are like-minded, that you know are a positive influence around you, and that you have fun with. You find nurturing people because surrounding yourself with like-minded people makes a difference. It makes a stressful hell week, like loaded with deadlines, loaded with everything. It turns something such as a hell week from a nightmare into something manageable and bearable. I won't say that a hell week gets easier with a support system because you still have the same deadlines, but it becomes manageable. Having people around you who are there to help you, not even to help like do your academics for you, just to listen to you, to share your sentiments, to be able to work with you. That's that's already that makes the difference. It makes a hell week manageable. It makes a hell week bearable. It makes all the difference. And then I guess one more life lesson I learned at MCL is to not hinder the quality of relationships you have with people. I've honestly met a lot of good people in my stay in MCL, and I think that they have contributed greatly to who I am. Uh, I honestly thank my mentors, the professors. There were a lot of professors that helped me so much with how I think, with how I solve problems, with how I approach. It, it helped me now in work with how I approach problems in the workplace and how to provide solutions. They helped me manage the risks. They helped me with my communication skills. They helped me with everything. So I would suggest that foster your relationships, not just with your friends, foster good relationships with your professors, foster relationships with mentors, because there is something that you can learn from all the people that are around you. So there, I'd like to once again thank the SSC for giving me this opportunity to talk in front of the student body once again. It's nice to come back to MCL. It's nice to remember your roots. I would like to take this opportunity as well to uh, wish everyone luck. I know it's in the middle of the online class setup and it's such a struggle mentally. It's draining. It takes twice the effort to stay focused on the academics, on the workload, and everything's taking a toll. There is no divide between school and home and social life and rest, and it's all just molded together. And I wish everyone well. I know that it's hard, and with this, I hope that there is still you still find the simple joys in life. I still hope and wish that you find one reason to laugh or smile every day. And I hope that it's enough to keep you happy and to keep you somehow sane during this pandemic. I'm excited for the face-to-face classes to resume. And yeah, I wish you luck and thank you, MCL. It's been a pleasure graduating from MCL and learning a lot from MCL.
Really nice. Thank you so much to our
Ayan.
guest speaker. Ayan. Nakakatuwa naman ang kanyang message. And I think she really contributed a lot of things sa MCL kasi ang dami kong nababasa na comment from our
Mm-mm.
audience, no? Nakakatuwa naman. I think meron din comment, thank you for your contribution to SAO, Ali. Well, that's really nice. So, ibig sabihin ng ating guest speaker, she really made a great impact nung siya'y student pa
Yes.
lang.
Mm-mm. And personally, malaking, she's the ate of Cass during her time with us. Naalala ko, whenever there's an event, she's always the speaker to say hi to us whenever there was an event. So it she was the face. She was one of the faces of Com and Cass during that time, and of course, I still remember Ate Ali during those times, and yeah, I'm very thank you for being part of this webinar and to share your experiences. And I agree din yung mga may time na mas
Mm-mm.
pipiliin mong humiga sa kama kaysa gumawa ng schoolwork, or aminin natin na naabutan din natin yung time na yun, but there it's always a balance between all of those, di ba?
Tama. And also, I just want to thank those people who were commenting since earlier. Napaka-supportive
Yes.
naman. Yung tatay-tatayan ko din when I was in, kasi meron nung nag-aaral pa ako sa MCL, we have Joey Bantatwa. So parang isa siya sa mga naging friends ko talaga, super close friends. So nandyan siya, and also, I think all some of the communication students are also commenting here. So thank you so much po
Yes.
sa pagpa-participate.
Ayan. With that, before, wait lang. Ayan, with that, all of our speakers have now appeared na nga to give their word for our students nga, di ba? Now we're now gonna move on to our panel discussion. But before that, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo guys that some speakers won't be present for today, namely si Mr. Lawrence Angelo Macawile, si Miss Arielle Isabel B. Sacriz, and si Miss Alyanna Tagamolila won't be present for this discussion. Pero nandiyan ang ating sila engineer to give their to give their word to us to be part of the panel discussion. With that
Yeah.
said, pwede na po ba natin matawag ang ating mga speakers for the
Yeah. So
panel
thank
discussion?
you. Welcome po sa ating panel discussion. And thank you po for taking your time and effort to join our session today.
Hello
Hello po,
everyone.
engineer.
Po.
Thank you po for being here with us. Now, guys, if you have any questions for Engineer Tividad, feel free to comment, to put your questions in the comment section below to give your questions, and we'll gladly ask them for you guys.
Yes.
Wait
Yes
lang.
po, go ahead po.
Now with that, since wala pang questions ang ating mga viewers, actually po sir, ako po ay may question na sana makatulong din sa ating mga viewers.
Yes, go ahead.
And ang question ko po is for the first question is, at this point in time po, what is your advice for our students in terms of their productivity and motivation amidst the ongoing pandemic po?
Okay. So, at this point, kailangan maging students should prioritize their work. Okay, kumbaga time management. Kasi if you have deadlines today or tomorrow, dapat ginawa mo na yan matagal pa. Or kung pagkabigay na pagkabigay, if you have time, gawin mo na. May pasa mo na mas maaga, mas maganda. Kasi when I was a student, ang gawain ko is the last minute saka ako gagawa. Yun yung pinaka natutunan ko isa sa MCL. No? Dapat huwag ako magka-cram. Especially in uh, in life, sa work namin, hindi na pwede yung ganun eh. Especially sa line of work namin, hindi mo pwedeng ipagpabukas. Kung hindi tatakbo ang barko. Ganon. And always remember, for the students, always remember yung future that you have planned ahead of you. And your ultimate goal here is to graduate in MCL and to start life's journey with the help of MCL's guidance at your back. Yun.
Ayan.
Ayan.
And salamat po. At I think we're seeing
Ayan.
Engineer Jude joining us. Hello po. Thank you.
Ayan po.
Sir Macawile, you also joined.
Hello.
Thank you
Yes.
so much po.
Yes.
Ayan,
No
nandiyan pa po
worries.
sila.
Good
Ayan.
afternoon.
Hey!
Yes. I'm very sorry.
Okay lang
Ayan
po.
po.
yun.
Yan, welcome po. Good afternoon po sa inyo. Same din po ang question ko po for sa inyo pong sa other speakers natin. Yun nga po at what is your advice para sa mga students natin in terms sa kanilang productivity and motivation during this pandemic? I'll start po with Mr. Macawile po ulit naman po.
Yes. Hello. Sorry. Happy Foundation Day to MCL.
Happy Foundation Day din
Happy
po.
Foundation Day. Again, I'm Lorenz. Good afternoon, and I hope everyone is doing well and good. Well, in today's pandemic, in this crisis that we are facing, it is not just the student who is facing lack of motivation and productivity in terms of their work, in terms of their studies, and I think everyone has been affected by this pandemic. So for the students, I think the most important part is to find your way to express yourself. Find your way to really be motivated. Uh, Kapag napapagod na kayo, you just take a step back. That's a common rule in life, not just in studies but also in the real world. Pagpagod na, atras lang. Pagpagod na, pahinga lang. You don't need to give up because in my speech earlier, I didn't give up to graduate. We were 3 in our program. Onti lang yung population ng college namin. So, if I gave up, I won't be here. So, to the students, don't give up. Just find ways to really, be there, express yourself, bake, ano ba, mga nagawa natin ng pandemic, bake, uh, sushi rice, ano ba, dalgona coffee,
Wala
whatever,
coffee.
Oo nga.
whatever that you can do to really, you know, be yourself and overcome yung tiredness and be productive in a way. Kung sa tingin nyo productive kayo sa hapon, that's good. Kung sa tingin nyo productive kayo sa umaga, and that's also good. It's our way to really be there and express ourselves in this time of pandemic. So yeah, that's for me.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ayun, thank you so much po, Mr. Macawile.
Yes.
For naman po, how about po kay Engineer Rosales, ano naman po maibibigay niyo pong advice sa ating mga students in the pandemic?
Ayun, so hello, narinig ako?
Hello.
Yes,
Apo, rinig po kayo.
So I agree dun sa sinabi ni Sir Macawile, no, na not just the students are affected in this pandemic. So every one of us. So bali parang nobody wanted this pandemic to happen. Siguro masasabi ko lang is to keep on going, no. So I admire those students kasi despite of what's happening, so despite of the pandemic, you still chose to pursue college. So doon pa lang ang tapang tsaka ang lalakas niyo na. So yun nga, yung productivity kasi depends on you. So you must be motivated for your dreams and nothing must take it away from you. So even the pandemic itself. So yun nga, so when things go rough, sabi ko nga, no, use your breathing space. So, dapat kailangan mong huminga. So, kapag ka medyo maalat na. So, and also, ugali ko kasi to, no? So, kapag ka may ginugol kasi ako, no? Lagi lang yung eyes on the prize, no? Kaya ka nga nag-college kasi gusto mong ma-reach yung dreams mo, no? Yung prize mo is yung dream mo. So, finish it, and then, sabi ko nga, once you finish it, share your unique story. Ayun.
Ayan. Thank you so much po sa inyong answer, Engineer Rosales. And I actually motivate ako ng konti to be continue mamaya sa mga studies ko, makahabulin ko na naman mamaya.
Oo nga eh.
Shush na lang tayo doon.
Medyo mahirap kasi, and to be honest, thank you po sa pag-share nung pieces of advice kasi as a student, mahirap po talaga na magpasa, lalo pag sabay-sabay yung requirements. Parang feeling mo, sabog yung utak mo. One thing I learned from Mr. Louie, right, Engineer Louie, yung pagpapasa, yung as much as possible, wag tayo mag-procrastinate. Kasi kapag procrastinate tayo, wala, ganun talaga. So, magiging mentally exhausted ka din. And also, with Sir Macawile here, yung paghanap ng way para malibang ka din kasi pangit naman din na sobrang masistress ka lang sa studies mo. And also with Sir Jude, thank you so much din po dun sa mga advice niyo.
Ayan.
So, and I also have a question po para po dun sa ating panel discussion. It is without a doubt how students nowadays are prone to academic burnout. Kasi yun nga po, wala pong division yung social life namin. Kasi nasa bahay lang po lahat. So how do you guys think students can reignite their drive and passion amidst the ongoing pandemic? Siguro po, let's start with Engineer Jude this time.
Okay. So, with that question, no, para sa akin, ang masasabi ko sa mga students is think of your inspiration, no? Think of your why. So, bakit ba? Kumbaga, bakit mo ba pino-pursue yung studies mo? So, academic burnout kasi is normal, no? Kahit naman sa time namin before, no? Yung academic burnout is normal. Yung parang tipong ayaw mo na talagang pumasok kasi ayaw mo na pumasok. And yun nga, normal siya since nag-aaral pa kayo. So, hindi naman talaga madali. So, tulad nga nung sinabi ko, no, first step is to recognize, at dun sa speech, no, first step is to recognize that you like what you're doing. So, since meron nga tayo sariling struggles, no, if you like it, then you will be motivated. Then, if you become motivated, you will be passionate. Then the pandemic will just become one of that struggle. So, na lahat naman ng estudyante ay meron. So, parang sa akin, so masasabi ko yun, think of your whys, no? Bakit? Ayun. Ayan.
Thank you so much, both of you. Totoo naman po yun. Kasi lahat na siguro po, especially the students, ang aim po talaga or goal, makagraduate. Siguro enough din po yun na reason para ma-motivate kami. Thank you so much po, Engineer Jude. Siguro po, let's have Engineer Louie this time.
Okay, for me, para mabawas yung burnout ng mga estudyante sa pag-aaral, like Mr. Macawile said that we try to rest. Weekends, try to rest. Para maano naman yung mga isip, brain cells natin, ma-refresh din sila. And although you're resting, you can also start planning what are you going to do next. Kasi sa amin, sa line of work nga namin, you're resting, but you are already thinking what's going ahead. Kung ano yung pwede mo pang gawin. And then, like Engineer Rosales also, yung dreams nyo, goals nyo, yun yung pinaka number one na isipin nyo. Bakit kayo nag-aaral sa MCL? Or bakit nyo tinatapos yung course na kinuha nyo? Okay? So, that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Ayan. And also, maybe we have another word or advice from Sir Macawile.
Yes. Okay. As I've said, yung pagod talaga, it's not just for the student but also for the professionals. No? In this time of pandemic, what we really need to do is to take a step back. That's kumbaga hindi lang siya for the pandemic eh. It's been a basic rule since the beginning of time siguro or since the beginning of being adulthood is to really take one step back and take life one step at a time. As I have said in my speech, has taught me to really take life one step at a time. To take life one term at a time. As a student, one term at a
Mm.
time.
Opo.
If you want it to be more uh kumbaga ano ba, maigsi in a sense, take it 1 week at a time. Kung pwede pa, if hindi pa kaya ng in a week, take it 1 day at a time. And with that, you would know yourself. You would know where your passion is. You would know kung saan mo makukuha yung motivation. Maybe it would be your family. Maybe it would be the dreams that you have, as our engineer says. Yung whys, kung bakit ka nandyan sa position na yan. What is the end goal of that? What is the purpose of your doing? If you would know that, then I think you would have the enough motivation to really ano, push yourself, go for that graduation, go for that diploma, and at the end of the day, also you'll get that dream job. So, it's the one step back at a time and one step at a time move forward. Di ba nga minsan sinasabi nila would take two step back then one step forward lang. The most
Opo.
important thing with that is we are moving because progress is a progress. Small
Yes.
progress is still a progress. So definitely students, uh I know this is hard for you. Everyone has their own struggles and hardships. Every department, every college has their own, but know that hindi lang kayo yung nandyan sa posisyon na yan. And there are a lot of people that would help you. Nandyan friends nyo, andyan family nyo, and also your parents is there, your siblings is there to make you happy and to keep you motivated. And at the end of the day, someday, after 4 or 5 years, maybe you'll be proud of yourself because you have that diploma, you have that grad pic inside of your house, inside of in that wall sa salas nyo, and you
Yeah.
would look back as we have looked back that college is something that we are proud of na
Right.
pinagdaanan namin and now we are here. So yan. Yun yung akin. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Mr. Macawile. From every sa lahat po na sinabi, parang na pulot ko po is you don't have to always push, like di mo kailangan lagi magmadali, and
Yep.
there is always like a self discovery muna. Pag
Mm.
na-discover mo na yung whys mo, your purpose, on why you're doing what you're doing, then mas malilesen ang possibility of burnout, or at least if you are burnt out, makakaalis ka from that
Yes.
situation.
Makakabawi ka. Yun yung
Right.
pinaka-importante doon. You don't need to focus on, ay bakit yung iba ganito, bakit yung iba
Oh,
ganyan. Ang importante makabawi and makalakad ulit for the following days.
nice.
Ayan. Thank you so much po for answering our questions. Pero surely po ang ating mga viewers will have questions na siguro in the comment section. We're going to be waiting for our technical team to flash their questions in the screen for us to ask. And ayan na nga po, ayan na po yung first question from Robert Llamoso. Ang sabi niya is, ang refreshing naman po ng mga topics from our speakers. Gusto ko lang po itanong if masama po ba talaga ang procrastination or cramming? Because lately po, simula nung nag-fully online yung classes, I tend to procrastinate more.
Yan na nga ba? Procrastination.
Procrastination. Sige,
I
I'll
guess,
start. Sige, I'll
Yeah.
sige
start.
pa. Sige pa.
To be honest, parang siguro naman mga engineer, no, lahat naman siguro tayo dumaan sa pagpo-procrastinate. Wala naman sigurong naging siguro I don't know, maybe it works for you, maybe not. Uh as we have said, you need to find your ways to handle yourself. You really need to know you really need to know yourself. Kasi pag nalaman mo na yon, you would know if cramming would be better for you or not. If hindi siya okay sa'yo, and at the end of the day, pag nagka-cram ka, hindi mo natatapos lahat, then don't do it.
Right.
So do it day by day para matapos mo siya. Pero if it works for you and at the end of the day natatapos mo siya, pumapasa ka, you'll get a good grades with the cramming that you're doing, then okay. Kumbaga, kanya-kanya lang tayo dito ng way of studying. Sa akin, pwedeng gumana yun, pwedeng hindi. So, sa mga engineers natin, pwedeng gumana, pwedeng hindi. So, kay Robert, if it works for you, then go for it. If not, take another options or look for another options, then know yourself.
Ayan. Um, totoo lang. I relate talaga kay Robert kasi classmate ko yan eh. Kaya I get what he's feeling. I feel you. And thank you kay Mr. Macawile. Actually tama na. I agree with your answer po with trying to find talaga just doing something doing something instead of procrastinating, then get out of your situation nga. How about po kay Engineer Jude? May masasabi po ba kayo sa tanong ni
Yun.
Robert?
Meron. So actually, I'm a guilty procrastinator. So, sobrang procrastinator talaga ako kahit nung college. But I think naman, yun nga, sa akin kasi nagwo-work siya. Pero there are times na hindi talaga. So you have to know it po. For example, syempre kapag ka magpo-procrastinate ka, alam mo na sa sarili mo, kakayanin mo ba? Ganun. Lagi naman ganun yung una mo naisip eh. So sa Friday ko na lang gagawin kasi kaya ko naman yan eh. So okay lang. Pero if hindi, if masyado siyang heavy, then don't do it. So ayun, medyo guilty ako doon. Actually, until work, minsan nagpo-procrastinate pa rin ako. But then nung college ako, ganun din. So kaya yun nga yung nasa speech ko, di ba? So ayan. So if tama, agree ako dun sa sinabi ni Sir Macawile na if it works for you, then do it. But if not, malalaman mo naman yan is the first time na mag-procrastinate ka. So if not, then don't do it. So siguro pwede mong hatiin. For example, if gusto mo Friday, hatiin mo siya Thursday, Friday, ganun. Kung hindi talaga kaya, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, ganyan. Kung hindi talaga kaya, araw-araw mo nang gawin, parang gano'n. So, pero if it works for you, then do it. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi siya maganda. So, kasi it works for someone. So, okay siya sa iba. Minsan nga mas malikot yung utak kapag ka nagpo-procrastinate. Pero kung hindi talaga, so iba-iba rin naman, iba-iba ng capacity ang mga student. Yeah, know your capacity na lang. Ganun. Ayun lang.
Ano naman po yun? Medyo guilty na tayo, no?
Guilty ako. Lahat ng sinabi ni Engineer, parang nagawa ko na lahat yata.
Nakikinig yung mga professors natin, no? Ay, nako, nagpo-procrastinate ang ating mga students. Pero I also agree kasi minsan, depende kasi yung sa sitwasyon. May mga times kasi na gusto mo din mag-unwind muna, yung mag-break. Tapos, ang nangyayari, magpo-procrastinate ka. Pero so long as you're productive, siguro okay naman din talaga yun. Pero for those people who find it hard to procrastinate, tapos pangit yung epekto sa mental health din nila. So, siguro nga, wag na lang yon yung tahakin nyo. Tama. So, yun. Ayan.
With that, how about po si Engineer Louie? May masasabi po ba rin kayo for the question?
Wala na eh. I agree with both of them. Yun nga, yung iba, mas okay doon, yung iba, hindi. But for me, nung estudyante ako, I tend to do that also. Aminado. Okay, so but after I graduated and having my job already, I prefer having my work done early. So just in case na there is some problems ahead, we can make amends on it. Para ba may plan B ka? Yun lang.
That's
Parang
also
pinaplano yung pag-procrastinate.
siguro ano din yun, magandang trick din yun kasi pag nasa, feeling ko naman kapag professional ka na din after mong gumraduate, iba na rin kasi yung environment nun eh. So, kanya-kanya pa din siya ng diskarte siguro. Thank you so much
Mm.
po, Engineer Louie, for that. That's
Ah.
really motivating still.
I think in the end of the day, if you're going to procrastinate and you're gonna do it, most likely para na plan mo na siya sa isip mo kung anong gagawin mo after mo mag-procrastinate and kakayanin ko ba to or what. Pag then after nun, tuloy na tayo and then it's really more on knowing kung ano yung kaya mo and then doing that. Kasi minsan talaga nakaka-overwhelm na isipin agad kahit malayo na yung parang lang yung deadline. So, yeah, thank you so much po sa inyong mga questions. Baka may mga questions pa tayo sa comment
Marami
section.
tayong questions today from our live audience. Ayan, from Jovan Tatwa, was it worth it po ba na mag-aral sa MCL? So, would like to answer this po muna.
Okay ako. Since ako ang
Yan.
pinaka bata dito. Okay, so the question is, again, ano yun? Worth it ba mag-aral sa MCL? Yes, worth it na worth it. Kasi syempre sa mga props natin, instructors, to the administration, even the guards and gaiks. Yeah. Lahat sila is kumbaga tumutulong sa iyo to make yourself a good professional in the future. Kumbaga hindi lang sa mga professors natin natututunan. Sa mga professors natin matututunan yung mga technical aspects of what we are studying. Sa outside nun, yung mga peers natin, yan. Diyan natin naman matututunan yung paano makikisama, even though yung mga guards natin, kumbaga yung pakikisama sa kapwa-tao. So, in my stay in Malayan, so I've been there for 5 years. Medyo, tayo kumbaga bugoy-bugoy dati Okay, so, masayang challenging, kumbaga, for me. Okay, thank you.
Ayan, thank you so much po sa inyong sa answer niyo po na yes, it is worth it talaga to be part of the MCL community. Pero how about po sa ating mga speakers po? Baka may ma-add po kayo. Feel free.
Pwedeng hindi siya worth it, charot. Joke lang. Just to make everyone chill lang, no? Is it yes, it is worth it to be part of the MCL community. In my speech, you would know that I am not a homegrown Malayan student. Transferee
Apa.
ako. From nung nag-transfer ako, I also said that transferring in Malayan, I can consider it as one of the best decision in my life. Of my life. Kasi lahat ng natutunan ko with what I am now was yung major factor nun or yung major contribution nun was from MCL. The OBE that we have, the education system that we have, yun yung malaking part na yun. Because as far as I'm concerned, MCL is or if not the only one doing OBE dito sa South. Sa mga college dito sa South. Most of the college here are, grade-based pa din. Doon pa rin sila nakafocus into finals exam, etc., quarterly, monthly. But in MCL, for the last week or maybe for the last 2 weeks, you would focus on your outputs. And outputs would make you to go uh to your dream, or it will make you fly high, kung ganon. Fly high butterfly, 'di ba? So definitely worth it. Kahit na noon sabi ko mahihirapan ata ako. Maybe mahihirapan ako in terms of friends, in terms of the system, trisem. Parang tinatanong ko mga first weeks ko pa lang, babaksak kaya ako? Ilang terms ako babaksak? Gano'n ako tagal bago ako makagraduate? But definitely as I am being nung part na ako ng community, di pala gano'n kahirap. It is just the transitioning period na nagpahirap. Pero after that, everything goes well. Alam ko na yung process ng system. Kilala ko na yung mga klase ko. Kilala ko na yung mga profs. And also, I know how to handle the system. Kaya, at the end of the day, after 3 years of being there in MCL, maybe I'm the shortest one na part ng MCL. Sa aming tatlo. Mga homegrown Malayan students yata sila. So, in the 3 years, sobrang laking tulong nun. And the OBE and the community has been the major contributor in my profession. So, yep.
Thank you so much po. Nakakatuwa naman. Parang nakaka-proud talaga. At least nandito tayo sa MCL. And sooner or later sa future, ganyan din yung magiging response natin sa same question. Thank you so much po, sir.
No worries.
Ako naman.
Opo. Kaya naman po, engineer.
So, ako, konti lang sa akin. Kasi, ang tanong na kung worth it, no? Kasi hindi ko ma-imagine kung paano siya hindi magiging worth it eh. So, ako kasi yung tipo na go with the flow kung ano yung experience mo, go. So, para kasi sa dami ng natutunan tsaka nakilala ko, parang very honored ako na na-experience ko yun. So, I have no regrets meeting those people. I enjoyed every experience. Parang I can't think of any what ifs. Parang what ifs dito ako nag-aral, ganyan. So, sobrang worth it siya para sa akin kasi masaya ako. Parang in-enjoy ko siya. Ayun. Yun lang.
Nakakatuwa naman yun. Sobrang heartfelt po yun. Salamat po, Jude. Yan, tingnan natin. Feeling ko marami pang questions, no? Let's wait for the question.
Ayan, meron na tayong next question. It's from Camille Calma. Ang question niya is, do you have one thing that you missed being an MCL student? Siguro, mamimiss ko sauce.
Una naman ako.
Sige po.
Ito, to? Siguro lahat to, miss to ng lahat. Saucy. Saucy. It's one of, parang ano ba yan? Yan yung isa sa mga, we can call that as our privilege na MCL student. Kasi everyday pwede natin siya ma-access. And yung iba dinadayo pa yan. Pero in the community, to answer the question is, I do miss being an MCL student. Kasi medyo chill ka lang eh. Kasi you can only have 15 units in one term. Tama ba ako? 15 units pa ba?
Yes po.
15 pa din. So, you can only have that. Magiging stress ka lang if you have a lot of siguro work, ano bang tawag doon? Term paper. Kung maraming term paper at the end, kung maraming research paper at the end of the term, doon ka lang ma-stress in that 15 units. Pero if in that 15 units, meron kang syempre we do have the minors. So, you can chill out after studies. You can go to, anywhere. Ano bang pinakamalapit na mall sa atin? SM Santa Rosa? Yun lang yung pangit sa MCL. Yung position ng MCL. Nasa dulo. Admin, bakit po? Joke lang. Nasa dulo. Pero anyways, being an MCL student, it is one of my best experience in life. And if I can only go back, kung hindi lang mahal magpaaral, baka nag-aral pa ako ng matagal. But definitely, I know students would no, maybe kayo din, you would agree na ngayon hindi nyo iisipin na nami-miss nyo maging estudyante. Baka sabihin nyo, sana nagtatrabaho na lang ako para kumita ako ng pera. But sorry to say, mas madaling mag-aral. Kasi hindi mo kailangan magbayad ng bills. Binibigyan ka lang ng baon. Papasa ka lang, mag-aaral ka lang. And yes, it's difficult, but there's something being a student na nakakamiss. Na hindi mo na siya kayang gawin kapag nagtatrabaho ka na. Na hindi mo na siya mafe-feel pag nagtatrabaho ka na. So, yes, being a student, I miss it. Sana I can go back to that years, or maybe I can, study pa. Not siguro maybe in abroad or take some masterals or PhD, but definitely yep, nakakamiss din maging estudyante.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you so much for na-relate ko talaga. Yung 15 units talaga, yes. Yun talaga. You can either puro minor or puro major. It's really up to you kung kung gaano mo gusto ma-stress. Pero
True.
thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Macawile. How about po sino po gusto mag-add kung ano po na-miss niyo?
Well, ako
sige po,
Ako na.
si Engineer
Ayun.
Jude. Sige po.
So, sobrang agree ako doon sa na-miss ko talaga yung SOSI. So, kahit hanggang
Sosi,
nakikita
baka
ko lang-
naman, no? Major comeback. Major comeback, Sosi.
Kahit yung picture lang nakakatakam na eh. So, and also, nami-miss ko talaga. Actually, nami-miss ko yung bonding, yung mga long vacant hours, ganun. So, natatambay ka lang, tapos matutulog ka lang, ganun. Yung mga medyo chill na na moments, yun yung nakakamiss. Siyempre, mga naging kaibigan mo din, then yung traffic sa pulo, ganun. Yung traffic sa pulo, nakakamiss yung mga flight, ganun. So, actually, sobrang dami. So, parang, yun nga, totoo na kapag ka nag-work ka na, dahil sa dumadami rin yung responsibilities mo kapag ka nag-work ka na, marirealize mo yung reklamo mo nung college na gusto mo nang gumraduate, ayun mo dito. Parang gano'n. Parang sabi mo, ay hindi. Pag ngayon, nagtatrabaho ka na, parang gusto mo na lang ulit mag-aral. Bumalik na lang sa medyo chill na, chill pa yun. So, chill pa yung studies kaysa sa kapag ka nag-work ka na. Kasi ang dami talagang medyo kakaibang adjustment din talaga. So, yun. So, nakakamiss talaga. Sobra. Basta nakakamiss.
Salamat po.
Salamat po.
Okay.
How about naman po kay Engineer Louie po?
Okay, sa akin, miss ko being student. Para sa mga kabatch ko, ang CL, Cafe Lorenzo. Hindi ko alam kung inabutan nyo pa yon.
Parang hindi na. Engineer.
Yun na po ata.
Okay, sa mga kabatch ko, alam nyo na yan. Magandang kantahan dyan. Video ko yan. For me, ang na-miss ko being a student, parang wala eh. Since I am part of the CMET faculty from time to time when I'm home for vacation, feeling ko student pa rin ako eh. Kasi like I'm just being their kuya, sharing my experience on board sa kanila. Parang tinuturuan ko lang sila na ito ganito ang mangyayari pag sumampa kayo ng barko. Ito pwede mangyari. Parang sinishare ko lang yung mga knowledge and experiences ko.
Yan. Thank you so much po. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po.
Pero alam niya, Sosi talaga eh. Sosi Pero alam ko, at some point, nag-try po sila na mag-offer ng delivery, tapos nag-stop sila, tapos parang na-broken heart ng maraming estudyante. Pero sana, hopefully
Yeah, tama. Noong pandemic, parang 2020, I was able to have that.
Yung
Nakakamiss
delivery
din.
po,
Yes.
nakakatuwa.
2 years na yung Sosi, baka naman.
Shoutout po. Salamat.
Shoutout sa Sosi, baka naman.
Parang yung SOSI lumabas siya nung na ako eh. Pagka-graduate ko na, nagkatrabaho na ako sa MCL.
Pinagkait daw po sa inyo, engineer. Yung Sosi. Well, thank you so much po sa inyong mga sagot. Meron pa po tayong question. Let's see. Ayan, from Antonio Santos, any time management tips, especially now that the students are in online setup, as in 100% po kasi online setup na tayo. Would like to answer first po.
Uh,
Any time
Crew,
management.
crew. Sige. I'll start it. Time management tips. Alam mo, medyo may, ano ba? To be honest, as a profession, kasi ako, my setup is also, online. Work from home. Our company is practicing 100% work from home as of the moment. Yes, we have an office, pero you can go there if kung gusto mo mabago yung environment mo. Pero syempre with the surge that is happening, medyo mahirap magpunta ng office or to even travel. Time management tips. For me, find your time. Find where you are ano, productive. Minsan kasi iniisip ng iba, dapat maaga ako matulog para maaga ko matapos yung dapat kong gawin. Eh, kaso yung knowledge mo nasa gabi. So, paano na? 'Di ba? Kahit gumising ka ng maaga, pero wala naman dun yung eagerness mo to finish, wala dun yung knowledge mo sa umaga, ba't mo gagawin yun? 'Di ba? So, find that right time kung saan ka productive. Ako personally, I can say I am more productive kapag nag-start yung work ko mga around 9 to 10 a.m. Yan. I can find my groove there up until 6 or 7. Then after that, minsan pa nga after work pa nagsa-start yung buhay ko kasi minsan yung work or even the studies, it becomes a routine na lang eh. Parang part na ng buhay ng isang tao. Work or studies, nagiging routine na siya. So minsan, dahil online setup din, minsan you cannot differ or you cannot compare kung nandito ka ba sa kwarto mo or nandito ka sa opisina mo. 'Di ba? Or nandun ka sa studies room mo, being student. So, yun nga, if sa tingin nyo productive kayo sa umaga or productive kayo sa hapon or even sa gabi, uh, doon kayo mag-aral or doon nyo gawin yung mga kailangan yung gawin. Kung hindi naman, then, yun, I think you really need to know yourself. Kapag kilala mo na yung sarili mo, everything will go smoothly.
Yan, maraming salamat po. Agree naman po ako doon. Kasi yung time management, depende talaga sa iyo yan eh. Kung ano yung mas, kung kailan ka nga naman mas magiging productive. Kasi hindi mo din pwedeng ipilit na may available time ka nga, pero hindi nagpo-function yung utak mo. So tama po. I totally agree po, Sir Macawile. Thank you so much po for that. How about Engineer Jude po?
Yun, sige. So, ako kasi, so with regards sa time, medyo mas productive ako sa gabi. So, kahit kasi nung nagre-review ako for board exam dati, so kapag kagaling ng review center, tulog, tapos gabi. So, yun nga, totoo na find your own time. Siguro, marerelate ko na lang yung time management tips siguro sa construction project, so doon sa mga nagiging work ko. So, siguro do some progress-based activity kasi meron talaga na hindi procrastinator eh. Parang ganun eh. Normally kasi kapag yung sa gabi ka, yun doon ka talaga medyo nagmamadali. Pero depende pa rin sa estudyante. Yun nga, na lang, so i-relate ko na lang siguro siya sa construction project, no? Kasi sa construction, merong progress-based construction, no? So, you will be paid based on your progress. So, try nyo na gawin nyo is yung time nyo is progress-based, no? So, for example, you have this target for 1 hour, ganyan. Pero if na-meet mo naman yon, then I think pipilitin mo maging productive kung kaya mo, ganyan. Then kapag ka na-meet mo yung progress na target mo, yun, pwede ka na ulit magpahinga, ganyan. So, ang downside lang nun, baka mawala ka sa zone. So, more likely kasi kapag ka may ginagawa ka, kapag ka nasa zone ka na, tuloy-tuloy ka na. So, yun lang. Siguro, though hindi ko siya ina-apply personally, no, yung progress-based activity. Pero sa tingin ko, yung iba, baka maging effective. Ayun. So, ayun lang, i-share ko lang kasi mayroon akong kilala na gano'n. Ayan.
Wow. That was nice.
Ah,
Thank you so much
Mm.
po, Engineer Jude. First time ko lang na, ano yun, narinig yung ganung term. And I think may mga students
Hmm,
na ganun siguro talaga yung technique
mm.
means effective. Thank you so much po, Engineer
ayun.
Jude. Engineer
Sige
Louie.
po.
Yes po.
Okay, so I agree with both of them also. For me, para sa mga students, sa barko kasi meron what we call this plant maintenance system. May mga work kami for due for this week. Kumbaga, what is due for this week, kung ano yung mga nauna, yun yung gawin nyo na lang. Gawin nyo. Then, if you have still time and brain is still functioning, then move to the other one, the next one. Then, kung wala nang lumalabas, wala nang mapiga, take a rest. Then, the next day, ganun din ang routine natin. Ganun.
Okay. Thank you so much po.
I agree with all the advice na nabigay niyo po. Actually, medyo agree po ako na yung sa gabi productive na may mga times umaabot ako ng madaling araw. Pero doon talaga yung time na kaya kong gumawa ng work, and so far it's okay naman since fully online tayo at the moment. And yeah, po siguro yung na pulot ko is one step at a time. Like you don't have to force yourself if you can't really put your head in the game, kung nga 'di ba po. And yeah, thank you so much for your answers for that question. Now, we're still while we're waiting na lang siguro for the next question. Hope well, sana okay pa po ang ating mga listeners, ating mga viewers on
Yeah.
this fine afternoon. Ay, ayan na po ating next question, which is actually ano s- focused kay Engineer Louie, and ang
Okay.
question po is, can I ask po what is the difference between MAR-E and BSMT, also in terms of pay po?
Okay, so BSMT is the stands for Bachelor of Science for in Marine Transportation, which is those are the students studying for being a officer. When you say officer of the ship, ito yung mga nasa bridge. Sila yung nagiging kapitan. While BS Marine Engineering students or BS MARE are like me, engineers who are working with the machineries na on board the ship. Kumbaga si BSMT, they will be the brain of the ship. Tapos si BS MARE, they will be or we are the heart of the ship. Kami yung nagpapatakbo ng makina, nagmi-maintenance ng makina, all the machineries on board. Tapos si officers or the captain is responsible for the navigation. Kumbaga sila yung nagda-drive ng barko. Then in terms of pay, when you start, yung mga sa amin kasi the lowest engineer is, we call this the fourth engineer. Then on the deck side or the BSMT side, it is the third officer. So then second officer, then third engineer, then second engineer, then chief officer, then the captain and the chief engineer. Bale, magkakaparehas naman sila ng salary. Almost parehas lang sila ng salary. Pagdating lang kay captain, because the captain is the representative of the owner. So he has a little bit $500 na ahead salary kaysa kay chief engineer. Then it depends na lang yung laki ng sahod sa company. If you are flying or an officer or an engineer is flying with the container vessels, container ships, you have the okay salary. But those who are in the chemical tankers, oil tankers, they have the much higher salary because they have the risk because of the products they are carrying. Okay.
Ayan. Sana nakatulong ang sagot ni Engineer Louie sa'yo, Justin, and hopefully in the future, you have decided kung ano ang ite-take mo, and of course, good luck into the future to you.
Right.
Ayan, bumalik na si Angel. Akala ko, no?
Lagi siyang nawawala, eh, no? Well, thank you so much po for answering. And I think we have the last question coming from Sir Platino. So, let's see. So, Sir Platino is asking, hi, sirs, can you share how your outcomes-based education, or OBE in MCL, has helped you a lot in achieving your career goals so far? I'd like to answer first po.
Takot pa rin ata kami kay Sir Platino hanggang ngayon. Parang hirap pa rin kami sagutin yung mga tanong niya. Hello, Sir Platino. We missed you. Ano ba? Sige, I'll start na lang, no? Parang takot pa kaming tatlo lahat kay Sir Platino eh.
May pressure po ba?
May pressure pa din basta galing kay Sir Platino eh, no? How did it help me? As in my speech earlier, I've said that it gave me an edge in applying, and also it gave me an edge in the professional world, in the corporate world. Kasi it gave me an edge in applying because nung pag nag-a-apply ka, you need something, you need a factor kasi you're selling yourself, 'di ba? Binebenta mo yung sarili mo sa kumpanya na to, na i-hire ka nila. And yung OBE yung naging selling point ko noon nung nag-a-apply ako. And definitely it shows kasi I started in my company, I started as a quality assurance engineer. Now I'm a junior project manager. So definitely pinakita ko na I can give outputs at the end of the day. I can help the company. I can provide all the needed documents of my teammates, or I can be there for them to help them, something like that. So OBE helped me a lot, sir. Thank you. Kasi kung walang OBE, maybe if I didn't transfer, then nandun pa rin ako sa TUP, tapos ganun pa rin. The educational system is traditional, hindi siya OBE based, outcome based. Wala. Maybe I am not where I am today. So it's really the OBE na na nagiging selling factor. So, hindi ko alam kung pati sila engineer kung naging selling factor nila yon doon sa pag-apply nila sa current job nila. Pero for me, yun yung naging selling factor ko. So, it's a work out because I got the opportunity to be promoted. So, definitely, for the student out there, don't take advantage of it. OBE. I know it's parang medyo medyo overwhelming in a way isipin yung OBE kasi ang dami mong major, lahat sila naghihingi sa'yo ng output, ng outcome. But definitely, kapag nagtatrabaho ka na, may maiisip mo na kung walang OBE, maybe you would not succeed in your profession. So, yun.
Ayan, thank you so much for answering.
Sino pa po ang na-pressure sa tanong ni Sir Platino?
Okay na po ba tayo?
Ayun. So
Engineer.
ako na lang ulit ang kay Sir Macawile. So,
Sige.
hello sir. Kamusta na po? Huli ko nga kay Sir H, yung kumanta kami ng Malayan hymn eh. Clearance yun eh before. Siguro sobrang advantageous nung OBE na type of OBE no, outcome based education sa MCL kasi it helped me retain my knowledge in every courses. So kasi nung college ako, so since nga medyo naging sa engineering kasi sa amin medyo medyo pukpukan ng slide ang mga lectures no. So medyo nakakagamit ako ng mga for example, yung mga natutunan ko, medyo nag-extra-extra na ako no ng mga sa designs ganyan. So sobrang helpful siya sa akin in such a way na nung pumasa ako ng board no nung after ko ng board exam and nung nag-review ako, so nadala ko siya nung nadala. So nung nag-review ako, pumasa ako ng board, then nung nag-apply ako ng work, sobrang smooth lang. So smooth lang yung naging track ko sa mga exam sa company. So medyo okay siya. Kasi yun nga katulad ng sinabi ko dun sa speech ko no. So sobrang thankful ako dun sa mga prof din kasi mas naalala ko yung mga paulit-ulit nilang pinagsasabi. So siguro ano yun, in relation din yun dun sa type of education that we have na OBE. OBE kasi tayo eh. So kumbaga hindi siya medyo traditional na ano lang na um, pasa exam, tawag doon, take exam, then pass, 90 ang grade mo. Hindi ganun kasi eh. So, ayun, sobrang helpful niya, lalo na sa career ko. So, medyo, ayun, sa ngayon kasi medyo nagsarili na rin ako. So, I have a startup business, parang ganyan. So, nag-start na ako para sa sarili kong business. Parang sobrang nakatulong siya. Such a way na ang dami talagang na-retain sa utak ko. Lalo na sa field namin. So, sa field ko kasi. Yan. So, yun. Sobrang thankful ako na ganun yung style ng MCL. So, kaya worth it nga. Ayan.
Yan,
Ayan,
salamat
thank you
po.
so
Thank
much
you so
po.
much, Engineer Louie. And lastly po, Engineer Louie.
So, for me, malaki talaga tulong yung outcomes-based education natin. Kasi for us, on our field, especially on CMED, what we are doing, especially on our laboratories, is what we are going to do also dun sa barko na mismo. Nakikita nyo kami dun sa gilid ng covered court, dun sa may machine shop. We are doing some weldings, lathe machine, nakakalas ng kung ano-ano doon sa gilid. Yun yung magiging trabaho talaga namin sa barko. Okay? So, students will have the upper advantage already because of the equipments that we have. So, hindi sila mangangamote pagdating sa barko. So, they have the basic idea or on what to do or how to do overhauling of machineries and how to start the generators. I don't know if you remember, we had this big generator beside our covered court. So every time I am there, I'm trying to start it up. Napakaingay nung generator na yon. Sorry sa inyo. Talagang ganun talaga kaingay yun. And as for me also, as part of a faculty and active seafarer, so yung pagsakay ko and experience ko sa barko, yung mga updates, kung ano yung mga bagong machineries, ano yung bagong mga equipments or bagong rules and regulations, I can apply it also pagbalik ko sa Malayan pag nag-part-time din ako, part-time instructor. So I can share my experience also to improve our OBE, especially on senior.
Ayan. Thank you so
Ayan.
much po.
With that concludes na siguro ang ating panel discussion, no, Angel?
Yes. Well, thank
Ayan.
you so much po talaga sa time. Especially yung sa mga questions, ang gaganda ng questions ng audience natin, no?
Nakaka-relate talaga yung mga questions nila. And, naalala ko tuloy ang sauces. Kayo naman.
Kayo talaga, nanggugutom kayo, tanghalik. So thank you so much po ulit, Engineer Louie, Engineer Jude, and Sir Macawile for your time and effort. Sobrang na-appreciate po namin yon. And again, to our live audience po, salamat sa pagpa-participate.
Yep. Thank you din. And I guess siguro happy 16th year to MCL.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take it away, Arne.
Ayan, with that, we are now ayoko itong mga ganito eh. I hate goodbyes. Pero, of course, everything comes to an end. Pero hopefully, nag-enjoy kayo lahat for this webinar nga naman. Pero, of course, hindi ito ang last natin kasi we're still in the foundation week. Kaya
Right.
guys, before I we start the closing, gusto lang sabihin guys, mamayang 6 p.m. we will be having our foundation night. Now,
Yay!
ku- kung alam nyo ang mga events natin, every event always ends with a night. Lagi may night event or something. And with that, we will always have bands, performers, and syempre hindi ko sasabihin sa inyo, you guys feel free if you guys want to know kung sino ang mga magpe-perform sa ating foundation night, feel free to follow our official Facebook page of the Malayan Colleges Laguna SSC to be updated on what's to come. Now,
Right.
after ko na, mm now, ay, tapos na ako mag-endorse.
Well, thank you
Let's
so much
now,
ulit sa panonood. And again, don't forget to follow MCL Supreme Student Council's page to know more about the happenings later sa ating foundation night. Thank you so much, everyone. Po. Again, this is your host, Angel Rose Comecilla.
and this is Arne Zurita.
And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much po for watching.
Yes, thank you and keep safe, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.